town car update. Those of you had asked me to keep them up to date on what's up with the 95. So today I took it to a body shop, or I should say an auto restoration place, after kind of playing some games of, you know, a lot of body shops just want you to bring your vehicle there and submit to insurance, more of a collision service. So I found a place that does auto restoration, and let's face it, this is not a 57 Chevy, it is a 95 town car. So to refresh everyone's memory, while it looks really shiny here, you know, we have some clear coat issues, and then you might see some of that, definitely see that, right? And then, as I talked about when I bought this car, there's some minor hail, like dings on the hood. Interior is immaculate, which if you check out the other videos on this. And then lastly, the very typical for these cars, the pitting of the chrome here. It's like that all the way around. And then the bumper has some of the paint fading. So that's what we're looking at. Headlights as well. They're yellowed. He said he can buff them, but we could replace them if need be. So the trick on this is that chrome, because the vehicle's old. And again, it's not a 57 Chevy or something where someone's willing to custom make it. So that is something that a lot hinges on. The paint's actually the easier part. So let's take a closer look. So we know that chrome molding, if you're in the Lincoln Town Car world or the Panther, Grand Marquis, Crown Vic world, you know that it's very common for that chrome in that molding there to pit. Even if you take care of it, you do all the right things, it's still a common thing, right? And even when I acquired that car 5 years ago, last month, it had 92,000 miles on it, and it was basically a garage queen. And I mean, the interior, you've seen the videos if you follow the channel, and it just has, I mean, let's face it, the car now next month will be 30 years old, and when I bought it, it was 24 years old. So even if it's always garaged, at times it's going to be out in the sun and whatnot, and those Fords or those Lincolns were very notorious for that generation with the paint to do what it did. I talk about in the initial video, I had the exact identical car. It was a 95. I owned it from 01 to 09, and I ran that to 265,000 miles after getting it with 50,000 miles on it. I had the same problem with the paint, despite babying it, waxing it, keeping salt off of it. That, and the last one was I was a daily driver when I was much younger. And this one here is not a daily driver. It's weekend car. So my guy at the auto restoration place sent me a text and said, hey, and a screenshot, I found this, order it now, it's the last one. And so I wanted to show you the listing. And new 95, 97 Lincoln Town Car, chrome trim molding insert replacement. I have not ever seen this listed on eBay before. And so I went on immediately and bought it. I'm not going to get that lucky. Because it doesn't need major body work. Really, I mean, just getting those dings off the hood, maybe some of the plastic, a little work there, but that was what I thought was going to be the holdup, was that chrome. And imagine getting the car repainted and having that old pitted chrome on there. Ugh, I would almost see if we could do a chrome delete. So I ordered it, got the confirmation. The downfall with this project is, and it's my fault, I had on my to-do list to get estimates from a restoration place back in September, and like life, it just goes by so quickly. And then now we're I'm getting into the new year, and I finally go. Because my hope was, I know it's going to take a long time. My hope was to get it in over the winter months. This way they have the car over the winter. They don't have to think about it. And that I dropped the ball there. So the soonest he can get it in is May. But I'm super excited. You saw in this video the car, and I do my best to maintain it at a high level. And despite everything, and I still get looks and people saying, hey, I like your car. Other town car drivers have approached me at a light and say, hey, I like it. Looks beautiful. And I'm so self-conscious because of that clear coat. So that's really next on the list for the car. It should be done, well, when it's that paint is done and that minor body work, really that project is complete because the wheels are in immaculate shape. The only ticky-tack thing, not ticky-tack, is very common. The rear ashtrays, the doors keep popping open. And it's very common to see that. So I'm trying to concoct a way to close them or have them so they can keep closed. And I don't know if I can get a real thin, I have to experiment. I haven't really looked at all at it. If I can get a real thin magnet and just kind of like with adhesive on the back and somehow use a magnet, because the like nobody sits in that car, and I think the original owners, I had two owners previously over its life. I don't think anyone sat back there, so there's not, the armrests on the doors are not worn out or anything, or I'll try to replace them. But if I can just get those ashtrays, again, super minor, and it's kind of a tic-tac thing, but we'll do that. And then it has the very common Ford radio issue. And I did a video, someone asked me to do a video on common things to look for in these cars, but the radio does a thing where the on-off button is, no matter if you press it on or off, it's always on. So you just have to lower the volume if you don't want to listen to it. Again, minor things, but really after the paint and that body work, I consider it just about a complete project. It's done, which is exciting. Yeah, when the tires go, I will put white walls on it. If money grew from trees, I would, and the thing is, the tires are in really good shape. So it's like I could do it and then have those tires, maybe if somebody needs those tires, I can do something like that. But yeah, and really I'm at a point where with the vehicles I have, I really need a central location for them, because I really would like to go after a 03 Cartier L, maybe a slightly newer Ultimate L, but I like Cartier. I wish they would have kept with that nameplate. And I personally like the pre 05 or before 05, the 03, 04. I like the dashboard. I should say that really the steering wheel. I had an 06. It's my very first video on this channel. That I think those were. I always thought those were ugly steering wheels. So I prefer the 90s town cars, the early 2000s town cars steering wheel. Again, it's a nitpick thing. It's a personal preference. But anyway, I'm really digressing. I love talking about these cars. And one last thing, when I took it to the place today, I had to talk to the guy. I ended up taking it to two places. One guy referred me to basically his next door neighbor because they do more restoration. He's a new owner. The first place I went to, he's a new owner. They used to do restorations. Now they just do collision. But he took me inside, and there's a few vehicles under cover all the way tucked back, and he pulled off the cover, and it was a beautiful 83 town car. Beautiful black spoke wheels, gorgeous. It was his partner's vehicle, business partner's vehicle. Otherwise I would ask him any questions. I wish I would have thought to make a little video because I think you guys would appreciate it, for those of you who are into these cars. All right, well, that is the update on the town car, and as I have more information, I will
keep you posted. Thanks for watching.